Kia Nerdlings, as they say here in Kiwi lingo. Hello! Today's broadcast, I'm going to be going over our fur seal colony trek and talking to you guys a little bit about fur seal biology. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with our slideshow over the seal pups. So this is the sign at the beginning of our trek. It's basically giving you information about the seal pups. One of the most amazing things is that these seal pups actually migrate from their seal colony below. They go through a tunnel which goes underneath a railroad track and go upstream where they play in the waterfall. It's absolutely amazing. So let me get you guys started on some of the pictures. So this is just some basic information whenever you get started on the trek. So it lets you know that the seal pups are wild animals, that you're not supposed to feed them, things like that. You can't have other dogs with you or pets, that type of nature, and you have to be very careful around them. You're not allowed to touch them or anything like that because they are wild animals. So this is the beginning of our little journey. As you can see, we have two fur seal pups right here. This guy right here was probably yelling, squeaking for mommy, something like that. This guy right here was just sitting in the stream, cooling off, having some fun. And they're very curious little guys. So this one right here was looking at us and very inquisitive, wondering what we were doing there. And they're very playful and very, very cute. This guy was kind of a ham for the camera, so we got lots of shots of him. Looking at us, he's standing on a rock right here, watching us and wondering what we're doing. This is one of the videos that I took while we were here, so these two seal pups are kind of walking around a rock, jumping down, and I just wanted to see what they were doing, so I kind of videotaped them, and I thought it was really interesting. So these three guys were playing in the stream, and this is another video. So they come up to the stream so they can practice their skills. So right now they're, fighting for their rock. It's my rock. No, it's my rock. It's my rock. This was one of the first seal pups sitting on a rock, just chilling. And there's me in the background. I don't know if you can see. There's a couple of seal pups there. And these were two of the ones that were kind of play fighting, figuring out how to take over their rock. And these little guys right here are jumping around, and the movement you see them kind of going, oh, that's actually called glumping. And this is the beautiful waterfall that they were playing under, so pretty amazing. Gorgeous, gorgeous forest area. Absolutely loved it. And there's me with the waterfall and all of the little baby seal pups in the background. And again, playing around in the water. This is at the base of the waterfall. This guy was about to jump off of the rock so he could go for a swim in the stream. And there's another picture of this cute little seal on his rock. And this is another shot of the waterfall with the seal pups playing in the pool that the waterfall flows into. And this little flipper up right here, if you see this, they actually call this the yoga pose. And it can be a little bit misleading when you're in the field out in the open ocean looking for dolphins, because a lot of times that guy will just kind of sit up there with his little yoga pose, and it's very, very easy to mistake that for a dolphin dorsal fin. This guy right here was taking a little nap on the tree, and this guy swam right up to us, was kind of looking at us like, what are you doing? And then he floated around on his back and just kind of relaxing, swimming in the stream. So the next point that we went to was called Oha Point Seal Colony. This is where all of the adult seals are found, and this is where all of the mothers of the seal pups are found. So while the moms are out in the ocean getting food, the seal pups play around in the waterfall, they practice their social skills, that type of thing. But when they get hungry, they actually have to go back down to the seal colony to feed or to nurse from their mothers. So again, this was the seal colony that we went to with the adult seals, the Oha Point Seal Colony. and it gives you some basic information on fur seals, where they live, different habits that they may have. So one of the things that used to happen with a lot of the fur seals is that they used to be hunted extensively for their pelts as well as their meat. So they got hunted almost to the brink of extinction, and then they started a lot of conservation efforts, and now the fur seal population has gone up drastically. So the picture that you guys see right here, these are the seal pups that are coming back from the waterfall and from the stream in order to feed from their mom. So it was really funny. This way there's basically a tunnel, and so we were sitting around kind of talking, and then all of a sudden this little herd of fur seals came running or galumphing out of the tunnel trying to find their mothers. So that's what this is right here. So the fur seals were all running, or galumphing is what you call it. This is the adult fur seal colony. Gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. They basically haul out on all of these rocks. So as you can see here, all of these brown dots are the fur seals. Right up to the ocean, waves are crashing over the rocks, and had to take a forest shot just because it was so beautiful there. And here's a close-up of some of the fur seal colonies. This right here is a really large male fur seal, and he was just kind of lying there extremely, extremely still. We were kind of wondering if he was alive, but then he breathed and all was well with the world. So again, these are some of the adults, and then the smaller seals, you'll see those are going to be the seal pups. So this guy right here is kind of looking at us, wondering what we were doing. I took a picture of the train that was going through the tunnel, and then back to some more fur seals hauled out on the rocks. There are hundreds of these fur seals, and they're all over the rocks. Some of them are in a tidal pool like this guy right here. And again, some more fur seals hauled out on all of the rocks on the beach. And there is a picture of me right here with all of the different fur seals in the background, so, and the rocks. I loved this hike. It was so beautiful. And a couple more shots of my fur seals hauled out on the rocks. This guy right here was looking at us, very inquisitive. And again, this is kelp right here. The fur seals like to play in the kelp a lot of the times, and sometimes there will be fish and things like that around the kelp that enable the seals to catch it. So that's going to conclude the slideshow for now. But before we leave, I want to go ahead and give some of my nerdling shout outs. Alright, so my shout outs for today are little one, of course. This is him on Nerd Day. And Mr. Sergio right here doing one of our plant transpiration labs. And Daniela, I promised that I would get you a picture where I wasn't talking over your head, so a shout out to Daniela. And then to Dahlia right here, this was after our giant AP Biology silly string fight to relieve some of the stress after lots of review sessions. So if you guys are enjoying following my podcasts, I would really appreciate it if you followed me on Twitter or Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at Queen Nerdling, and on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Queen Nerdling. Alright, that's all for today, nerdlings. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Stay tuned for a killer kiwi hike coming up.